Hello, everyone. This is I had this thought while I was sleeping or trying to get back to sleep. How do I become a great investor? Like the people like Warren Buffett. Let's label off some great investors. Warren Buffett. I'll list off some traits. Let's talk about business partner. Charlie Munger. I know these two old men don't like Bitcoin, but they're just from a different era. I'm sure if they were young investors today, they'll be into Bitcoin as well. I just don't understand it. So now to see Charlie Munger. So let's start with Warren Buffett. What made him good? I think it was Snowball. Einstein, or the eighth wonder of the world, never let the compounding stop. Let the compounding stop. And start early. Now we can go into these and we can go into each one of these topics. So not only was Warren Buffett the best investor, he was the greatest investor. No, was the best investor. Sorry, he was a good or better investor than most people for the longest. He was an above for 85 years. Or let's just say 80 years now. So yeah, really long runway. He was on top of a large hill and had a really long runway. Don't get me wrong, he's a genius. 100% genius, and he was willing to do what others didn't want to do. So he learned from Ben Graham. Learned from the best. And he went to Columbia University and learned under Ben Graham. So you gotta learn from the best too. Be mentored by the best. It's kind of and never let the compounding stop for the longest amount of time, 80 years. And always makes good decisions. And thoughtful decisions. Do this, you have to be a learning machine. So he's a learning machine. And it's still, I guess, he is a learning machine. So he reads all the time. I mean, all the time. So reads say 12 hours a day probably. And the rest of the time, so reads, goes through investment reports, goes through company profiles, runs his business 12 hours a day. What else to do? He also hires the best. And lets them run their own show. Look at Berkshire Hathaway. What is it? It's a conglomerate. They go out and finds the best people with the best businesses, brings them under its wing. Let's make that into a list. Finds the best talent. Them under its core structure. They look at what's Berkshire Hathaway. It's a conglomerate. It goes out, finds the best talent, Lets them run their own show under Berkshire Hathaway umbrella. Lets them do their own thing. Here, have at her. Do your own thing. Come back making money. So, become a good investor. That's what you have to do. This is the Warren Buffett way. Be good at what you do for a really long time. Learn from the best. Mentor from the best. Always makes good decisions. Thoughtful decisions. So he uses his brain. I'm not saying he's not a genius, because he is. Be a learning machine. Probably works 16 hours a day. Every day of his life. Doing what he loves. That's in here. Tap dances to work. And the very last one, hires the best, lets them run their own show, finds the best talent, brings them under his wing or corporate structure. And he does this. And also, what else do you do? So that's how he found Charlie Munger, his business partner, for so many years. So find the best talent, bring him under his wing. But Munger is the other one, so they're a team. And also lives within his means. And yeah, I've been struggling with this one lately. Living within my means. Lately, I guess goes to show you can do everything right except one. I know you'll go back to and you'll go back to not working out. So you have to have everything working out in your favor for a really long time. That's what makes them the best. The GOAT, as you'll say. Tom Brady, the best in the world. Become more like Buffett. I know. But become a truly great investor. You have to follow the truly great investors. Become like Buffett. And you look at his what he invested in. He only had maybe 12, 12 good ideas over a career. So focus on your wins. And let them compound. For a very long time. So we look at top investments over the years. There's Geico, not Geico. It's another one. I probably don't there's only a few of them. Start with Geico. And later on, Washington Post. Put that in there. Post. As it BNSF down there. BNSF. Might be skipping a couple of decades here. Burlington National Santa Fe. You just look at what the major components of Berkshire Hathaway now. The Washington Post probably not anymore. BNSF is a huge component. Geico, insurance, huge component. Yeah, another one, I guess. National Indemnity Insurance. Other insurance. So, you learned the craft of being the best in insurance really long time ago. Focused on it for a very long time. I let it compound for a very long time. And after BNSF, I think there was Apple. Put these ones in. So, probably more in here, but some major investments over time. Geico, Washington Post, BNSF, Apple. So we only have 4, probably more. A dozen great ideas. So focus on your great ideas. Let them compound over a very long time. So the enemy, a great idea, is a good idea. Down. So let's go into this. So we got a very good idea, but instead you decide to diversify and put your money in your 30-second idea. Still, if you put $5,000 into your, let's expand the insert rows, insert rows, insert rows, insert rows. So if Warren Buffett didn't focus on his 5 best ideas, let him compound for a very long time, and it wouldn't be nowhere near to where he's at now. So he focused on his very best plays of the time. He didn't put his money into it, although he did, but and then he brought him under the same under simple corporate structure, conglomerate structure. Berkshire Hathaway is just a placeholder company. It's just a company that was a yarn factory, or I don't know what they did, something like that. They made suits. Yeah. Pretty much he acquired this company. It was a bad investment, but he turned it into a great investment by turning it into an insurance company. Insurance help them to what they call invest the float. So he had extra money all the time coming in from the float, and allowed him to put him into his best ideas, not into his 30-second idea, but he would double or triple down on Geico, later Washington Post, later BNSF, and later Apple. Now he is sold out of. And also he focuses on the trend. So that's Warren Buffett and how he became the greatest investor in the world. In a nutshell. Now we go to Charlie Munger tomorrow.